Hi all, my name is Jessica, and today I will be talking about the Santa Catalina Island fox, a threatened species. The Santa Catalina Island fox is currently a threatened species that is also a native of the state of California. It's a small animal, smaller than most other species of fox, roughly the size of a house cat. In fact, it is considered to be the smallest species of fox found within the United States. One of the Channel Islands, the island of Catalina, right off the coast of Southern California, is a place that this threatened fox calls home. Since the Santa Catalina Island fox does not stray from the island, it is considered to be an endemic species. Next, I will be talking about the evolutionary history and adaptations. The main theory on where the Catalina Island fox came from is that it is descendant of the mainland gray fox and was brought to the island by humans thousands of years ago. It evolved to be much smaller than the mainland fox. This was because it was solely on an island and needed to be smaller to survive with the limited resources available on the island. This is apparently a common evolution that occurs with animals living on islands, and it can be explained by the scientific principle known as the Foster rule. Foster rule is also known as the island rule. It says that animals tend to grow bigger or smaller over a span of generations based on the resources that are available to them. This being the case because there is a limited amount of things for the fox to eat on the island, such as lizards, mice, birds, and berries. They have evolved in such a way where they draw feed in the size of over generations to adapt and survive in their environment. Next, I will be talking about the ecological rule. The Santa Catalina Island fox is a keystone species and a top predator. They help regulate the populations of other species such as birds and rodents. The foxes also eat several types of insects and certain tiny mammals. And they're a key umbrella species on Catalina Island, which means that they protect a wide range of species within the habitat that they share. They also help with seed dispensal for a lot of different plants, which is also very important for the overall ecosystem. This species definitely has a very important role within its ecosystem. So its survival is very important in the bigger picture. Next, I will be talking about threats to survival. Smaller than other species on islands Catalina. Island foxes evolved in an insulated environment, so they developed unique traits and adapted to the specific environment on Catalina. On the flip side, to this, the insulation has made them vulnerable to certain threats, such as disease, habit loss, and various human activity. Disease has been the most dangerous threat through and is the reason why they have been seriously endangered and are currently still a threatened species. During the late 90s and early 2000s, the fox population almost went extinct because of the crime despair outbreak that was caused by a raccoon that stowed away on a boat. Further research on the topic pointed to the fact that an island fox picked up the virus possibly through contact with scat from a raccoon, and the disease quickly spread like the Ebola plague, killing more than 90% of the island's foxes within only a year. Next, I will be talking about the conservation efforts. The population has been greatly restored due to the Catalina Islands Conservation Program. But the consistent threat of disease currently keeps the species listed as threatened, except for the bison that also roam the island. The Catalina Island fox has been an incredibly iconic species on the island, and the notation that the island could fully extinct wasn't something that the management team of Catalina Island Conservancy wanted to let happen. The Catalina Island Conservancy, in combination with the Institution for Wildlife Studies, established the Fox Recovery Program to aid the fox's revival. The plan was a combo of actions like vaccinations, relocation, and captive breeding. In order to let the foxes reestablish themselves, the recovery program was actually so successful that it was suggested that Catalina Island fox be taken off the list of endangered species. Something that the conservancy has done to help lessen the risk and to educate people on the topic of fox conservation has been to put special signs about the severity of not leashing one's dog, as well as other important information that might not be commonly known. The conservancy has also set up special wildlife-proof garbage cans. Additionally, they make an effort to give warnings to boaters about the dangers of wildlife stowaways. As of today, some 2,000 fox roam Santa Catalina Islands, and though continued conservation efforts, that number hopefully remain fairly stable while also showing some growth. Next, I will be talking about why this species matters. Why this species matters. Saving the Catalina Island fox is very important because it's a unique subspecies that has been a vital role in the Catalina Islands ecosystem, including said dispenser and regulating plant and animal communities and populations. The fox also the largest native hand mammal on the Channel Islands, acting as a keystone species and apex predator, is its conservation efforts help protect the island's biodiversity. Additionally, the fox survival is important for the health of many other species like seabirds that rely on the island's ecosystem. The Catalina Islands fox also serves as a symbol and a beacon of hope when it comes to protecting and saving endangered species. The fox recovery from near extinction can be attributed to a very small and passionate team of wildlife biologists from the Catalina Island Conservancy and to the tenderest survival instincts of the fox itself. Their species survival and is a model for future efforts for other species, so the protection of the Santa Catalina Island fox means a lot in a lot of different ways. Thanks for listening.